everyone, and welcome to the 20-part tutorial of how to model a SentryGun. And I hope that at this part we will basically finish up all the little stuff that we have here to do. So I chose to also try to match more of the original model, parts of this model, and trying to replicate the same screws and stuff that holds all this SentryGun together. So we will start off by this one here, the screws that attaching those two parts, and we will continue to the upper part, to the neck part, and also to this slider or whatever it is for the leg. Okay, so let's open Maya and open the scene. We can close this for now, and let's start with this part. Okay, so basically we did a hole, and I just made it because I was giving you some more practice on stuff like that, but obviously we ain't gonna make this screw all the way inside, or maybe just to this plate here. Okay, so let's start by bringing polygon cylinder to the scene, and it should be here in the middle. So I will switch to move tool and just bring this out like so, and let's rotate this like so. We will try to match the size of this one, so let's switch to the side view of this here. I'm gonna zoom in, and it should be on the center, so you just need to lift it up like so and hope for good. So that's somewhat okay, and that way it's, I think that should be here somewhat. Okay, now just take a look another time on this reference pictures, and it's just, you need a little bit, it shouldn't be that big like what I've done. So just leave some space in, you see, from this part to the screw itself. So switch to perspective view, and let's first squeeze it and bring this over here, and then we will scale this a little bit. No, sorry, like so. Now we do want this to be at the middle, so I didn't know which one to relay, but it seems that it should be more of like that. Zoom in that way and try to match this. Like so. Okay, and now I'm gonna right click, choose vertex. Let's grab this vertex, edit mesh, chamfer vertex, and I'm gonna choose this face and scale this up to about so. Extrude it and pull it outside. You can switch to move tool and just pull it that way. Maybe even give it a little bit cone angle, something like that. Maybe just a little bit more. Extrude it once more. Switch to scale tool immediately and do something like that. Extrude it once more. Scale tool and do something like that, and just one more time and scale tool, and I'm gonna grab this face here, shift double click on this one so it will loop select it, extrude it inside, switch to move tool and do something like so. Okay, now you can do this in two steps. So at first here, just a little bit extrusion like so, and then extrude once more, switch to move tool, push it inside, and there inside just a little bit more extrusion, so we will have another edge loop there. Okay, so now we will add a few edge loops. So insert edge loop, shift right click, insert edge loop. Let's add one edge loop here, one edge loop here, 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 same procedure as always, adding more edge loops, supporting edge loops for each corner edge. So here and inside there. Okay, so that's fine, but we do need to take care of the inner part, the back part of this. So let's pull this out a little bit, and let's chamfer this vertex here in the middle again. Also, sorry, chamfer vertex, and then switch to face, expand it like so, press F8 to bring it back to object mode once or twice, shift right click, insert edge loop, and we're gonna add edge loop here. Okay, just want to be sure that that's correct, so let's look at this. Yeah, that's somewhat okay, not bad. So press F8 to bring it back to object mode. I will grab this face also, just for the sake of I don't know what. We'll scale this to about so, something that match this hole we have here. Okay, and extrude it out. You can use the 4-view and do this. You don't have to do it that way. Okay, so I will add edge loops here, here, and there, and face. Let's grab this face and extrude it. Scale tool and do something like that, and then you simply go over mesh, edit mesh, and poke face. Okay, and do the same over here. Grab this face and poke face. Okay, F8. Let's press 3 to smooth preview this so it looks like that. Let's look at this from here. That's good. Okay, now we can just slide it inside. Now if it doesn't fit, you can really just grab all those faces here, okay, those, and scale them. Okay, well, you do have to be aware that you need to also push this back inside a little bit, or you can do it by selecting vertices and somehow get the same result. Okay, so this one is over here, and we've done with this. I can duplicate it, Control D, move it over here, switch to rotate tool, hold the J key and rotate it like so, and bring it to the other side. Okay, let's just zoom in to see that it's correct position, and now we will do the neck part. So for the neck part, we're gonna simply choose and create a cylinder. I will I will rotate it. Okay, I have a problem with language settings and the keys that I'm tapping on. Okay, like that. You know what? I'm gonna bring it to where it was, to this position, and then rotate it so I can see it that way, and then I can lift it up so it's in the middle here, and I can switch to 4-view like so. No, first for the side view because I want this to be the same size as the holes there. So something like that. Zoom in a little bit more. Okay, I have some I don't know, distortion or something there. Let's stretch it. Just stretch it that way. Okay, fine. So pull it outside like so. And let's right click, choose edge, click on this edge, control right click, edging utilities to edging and split, so it will create a split here in the middle. You can't see it, but if I will apply the X-ray, so you will see it. Okay, so it's there, and now I can simply go over edit mesh, offset edge loop tool, and I want to add 2 edge loops at first here at this point here. Okay, so I will rely on this edge that I created in the middle, click on it, hold, drag, and make sure it's somewhat there, you see. And then I'm gonna create another set of edge loops here in this part, see, and that doesn't matter. Okay, that's fine that way. Let's switch off the X-ray, and here what I want to do is press F8 to bring it back to object mode, shift right click, insert edge loop, create 1 edge loop here, 1 edge loop here, and then grab the selection tool, right click, choose face. Sorry. Okay. And shift double click on those, so we will extrude them now, and I'm gonna pull this blue arrow like so. Let's take a look. Okay, now I'm gonna right click, choose edge, double click on this edge, shift double click on this edge here, edit mesh and bevel, so it will look like that, and press F8 to bring it back to object mode. Let's add a few edge loops, insert edge loops, 1 here, 1 there, 1 here to maintain this area, and 1 here. Okay, you can mirror stuff, but if I will do something like choosing this thing here, okay, and choose to isolate this, think that this is the isolation, yeah, so you see this icon here, you click on it and you'll see only this thing. You can come and shift right click and add your edge loops without having any issues. You can also mirror this half cut, but it's not much of a work, so don't bother too much. Sorry, this one is a mistake here and there. And here, okay, and let's press 3 to see if it's smooth preview correctly, and yeah, that's good. So let's turn off the isolate, and it's there. All I want to do right now is just scale this a little bit so it will fit this you know, size where it should be, like so. And yeah, I guess that I need to make it a little bit like so, and then scale this, stretch it back to like so, okay, so it fits this inner hole here, and that's fine. Okay, now let's continue with this thing here. So right now I'm gonna create another cylinder. It's in the middle here. Let's bring this up, and I'm gonna rotate this same as we've done with the other part. Okay, let's undo that and bring it over here and then rotate it. J. Okay, just like so. Let's scale this and bring it up to here. Now this part should be a little bit bigger. Let me first pause this video. Okay, we don't need to pause this. Let's just look at the reference pictures. Okay, so it's almost the same size as this part here, and we need to make it just a little bit tinier and then create this thing here, this screw here. So let's bring this like so to this size, and yeah, I know it doesn't really match here. I will try to see if I can match this, but if I can't, so it's really a matter of tweaking things here. So let's see. So this thing, if it's here and I make it bigger like it should be, so it's just will pop out from the upper side. So that means that I need to grab everything here and just lower them down this hole. So let's settle with, right now, bring it here and scale this just like so. Okay, don't worry about the hole, we will fix this issue. And we're gonna right click, choose vertices, and bring those vertices over here, and then press F8, and let's move it over here. Right click, choose vertex, let's grab this vertex, sorry, grab this vertex, edit mesh, chamfer, no, mesh, no. Okay, so it's just easier to hold on the shift, right click and choose chamfer vertex. Okay, and let's scale this thing to the same size as this hole here and extrude it out like so. Now I'm gonna push this inside over here, so this area touches this area of the plate, and then I will right click on the background while it's selected and choose vertices, and blindly I will select all the vertices that here in this area, and I can pull them out like so, you see, and match them to same distance here. So that's fine. Press F8 to bring it back to object mode. Let's pull this outside and let's do some edge loops here. Sorry, not here. Here, 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 there, and that's fine. Oh, actually we need to chamfer this vertex also, so right click, choose vertex, and shift right click, chamfer vertex, and then press F8 to bring it back to object mode, shift right click, insert edge loop. We're gonna add one edge loop here, and that's good. You can also, if you want, you can grab this face and poke it, so edit mesh, poke face, and do the same here, edit mesh, poke face, and here let's press 3 just to see this. Yeah, it's rounded here. Okay, I don't want this to be rounded, so we'll have to, sorry, right click, choose vertex, grab this vertex, shift right click and chamfer vertex, and press F8 to bring it back to object mode, shift right click, insert edge loop tool, and then we can grab this and choose poke face again. So I basically just added another supporting edge loop for this corner edge, okay, in between them. So now we can smooth this and do whatever we like with this, but that's good, and we can bring it over here to this position, and if you need, just stretch those vertices a little bit more. Okay, now the thing here is that thing here. Now what you want to do is, it's pretty simple, but we will need to grab those two pieces and isolate them, okay, like so. And now I want to see how I can grab all those vertices here in the middle. Okay, you see everything here, and just push this down to here. Now this time it went fine, but it's not always working magically like here. So what I will do, I will undo that, and at the same time I will select those. Because it went that well, I will simply grab both of them at the same time and lower them to fit. Okay, just look at this and you will see that all the vertices here are starting to make it a little bit more narrow on the side. So that's fine. It doesn't look it's not something awful, but in most cases it's better like to grab all those edges at once and choose the shift right click and choose slide edge loop tool. No, slide. Okay, let's see which one is this. Let's say I picking this one, shift right click and the slide edge tool. Okay, so it works like this. If I grab this one, this option, so it says drag with the middle mouse button to slide. So I click, hold the middle mouse wheel and drag it. So you see, but it doesn't change the value of this. It doesn't make it narrow or I don't know, thicker, or I don't know. Okay, so I will undo that. By default, this is the best option you want to do, slide edge tool. Okay, so it won't change things here. Okay, so let's finish with this. What I will do is simply match this thing a little bit more, maybe. No, that's fine. Let's duplicate this and rotate the duplicated item, hold on the J, rotate it that way and move it into place over here like that. Okay, now let's bring another polygon cylinder. This one we're gonna bring it up. Okay, it's you've seen I've isolated everything and I just chose to add another cylinder, but you can't see it really, so we need to click this isolate again and then we can see it again. Okay, so now we will do the same. We will just choose this one and this one, okay, and then isolate them so we can work. And yeah, there are many ways to do stuff in Maya, working with layers or simply using the isolate thing. It's really your own workflow. Just get used to something that fits you. So this one over here, and what I want to do is first match this to the same area like so. See, so this one, this upper edge is the same point where this one, which by default it was in the middle. If it wasn't in the middle, it wasn't that precise. But here we do need to adjust this one. Okay, now it's better just to use maybe the left. Oh, okay, yeah, that way. So you see, it's you need to push it just a little bit up above, like so. And then we didn't modify this cylinder, but we do need to go over polygon cylinder and reduce it to something like 8, I think. Let's see the reference pictures. No, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 6, and let's keep that way. Just move it into place like so. Maybe a little bit more of like so. And yeah, I don't want to make this one piece. It's just a little bit annoying. It just makes distortions and stuff like that, which I don't want to deal with them right now. Okay, so I think that this will fit and that's all good. Okay, like so. If you want to make some, you can grab those edges, double click on them, shift, double click on this, shift, double click on this one, double click on this one, and this one, and then go over edit mesh and bevel, and change the offset to something very low but noticeable, yeah, whatever. F8, bring it back to object mode and press, yeah, leave it that way, okay? You can also maybe bevel this edge also, so bevel and then change the offset something like so, okay? Press F8 to bring it back to object mode, copy this thing, move it to the other side, and let's click on this isolate feature and move this into place just like so. Okay, the cannon, by the way, it should be a little bit shorter, so I'm gonna right click, choose vertices, I'm gonna bring all those a little bit like so, press F8. Now something to be aware of is that we model all this model, you know, in order to finally render this when it's on smooth preview mode, except two parts that are those two things here, okay? Except them, everything should be smooth preview. So let's say I've selected both of them and I selected this one, okay? Shift select this one also, the floor, and I'm gonna hold down the shift and mark everything in the scene and release. So it will invert select everything, so everything that wasn't selected will be selected and everything that was selected won't be selected, okay? So you see those two screws and everything. Just press 3 to smooth preview everything and wait for a few seconds. Sometimes it takes a little bit more time, and what you want to do, you want to go over edit, delete by type history first. So we are deleting everything that the history for each one of those parts. You can simply notice by if you grab you see those each part here, you can see that it has only about 5 tabs or 6 tabs, but if you have more tabs here to scroll, you see, to you know, skip here or whatever, that means that the history wasn't deleted. So you need to make sure that the history is deleted, and that way unneeded information will be deleted and give you a little bit more smooth rotation on your model, okay? You can just rotate with your camera a little bit more smoother and don't see any lags or stuff like that. Okay, so for this part of the tutorial we've done. I do have 2 things that I may want to accomplish in this tutorial. Basically on this modeling part tutorial, I still need to think if I'm gonna texture it. I know I'm not always texturing things, but yeah, this is how I'm doing stuff. I don't know. I don't have time for everything, and I'm mainly trying to teach you how to model or just give you a good practice for how to model. So what I will try to do at the next 2 parts, which will be additionally to this whole tutorial, is to also add those 2 legs that should be here. It's not a must, but it's a nice feature that can extend the legs a little bit more and give it a little bit more I don't know, hold just make it hold better on the ground, I guess, this part. And I do want to also try and assemble those 2 into one, basically everything on all this cannon together into one part, okay? So give me some time, and I will try to see if I can do this and use what I have here, and that's it, okay? So for now the main structure of this SentryGun is completed. The next part will be those 2 legs here, and I will try to do them as fast as I can, I don't know, and then we will get to this patching thing that I want to do, okay? But this one is, the legs are a little bit more important for me, okay? but the overall, I think that we accomplished this, and this is how it should look like by now. And you can compare with other you know, pictures and stuff. Oh, I do have 2 more screws here to attach. Okay, so we will do this also at the next part. Okay, so thank you for watching, and we'll see you at the next part. Bye.